Okay, I think the stream should be live right now. Sorry for the late start. I had some problems with the recording software, so I hope everything's running is running right now and working. So we can simply start playing some ranked PvP, since I ended up decaying in terms of my activity right now. We need to get that back. Right here we're at 70%, and we will lose more elo if you don't play new games. So yeah, I gotta fix that and try to search for some opponents. So this may take a while. I hope the stream is live right now. I really hope it is. But I think, yeah, it shows me it's live. Yeah, okay. So this may take a while due to the matchmaking system. It will take about like 5 minutes or something in order to match me with anyone. Yeah, let's see if someone is looking for some ranked PvP. I just thought I will start playing Shadow Nature for now, as I enjoy the deck a lot. But yeah, it depends on how fast I get opponents and how many opponents I do get. I may change after a couple of games if I get to find them. So if I don't get to play any ranked PvP right now, I will probably switch to sparring matches. Maybe anyone else wants to play. So yeah, let's just wait a little bit. I can, well, there's nothing I can do right now, I guess, other than waiting. So elo range is like at 152,000 elo, because even though I'm like at 113,000 elo right now, the matchmaking is based on the base elo score, which is the 161,000. So it will still take a while for me to get opponents, even though I'm not fully active. It's like at 152,000 right now, and you can see there's no one in that base elo range. So it will take a while, especially since like the blue ranks are not online, with the exception of Silver Dragon, who is playing 2v2s right now. So it will take a while up until we get matched. Hey, how is it going? I'm suffering in my eternal matchmaking queue here. Apart from that, everything's fine. And welcome to the stream. I hope I can show at least some games. It's a little bit difficult with the matchmaking range, and yeah. How long did it take for you to drop to rank 40? Apparently it took me like 1 day. Yesterday I was still at rank 1 with 100% activity, and right now I'm sitting here with like 70%. So I think it's probably because I played the majority of my games at the first 2 or 3 days, and when ranked PvP got released, I played at least like 80 or maybe even 90 out of my like 120 games. So since these games don't get counted anymore, I like, it's probably less than 30 games during the last month. So this is why I ended up dropping, because I think activity is calculated by the amount of games you played during the last 30 days, and I think you need to play around 30 matches during that time. And yeah, it's not that fun going for the 15-minute queues all the time, so I probably didn't play enough here. And yeah, trying to change that, and I thought maybe I can stream during the time when I sort of try to climb back by regaining my activity. I really hope I get some opponents soon. I got 137,000 elo during the matchmaking here, which is at least top. Oh, what? Okay, top 5. Never mind. I think it will take a while until I get matched. So I can just take some look here at the current leaderboard, I guess. Let's see. So that number here, the top 200 is like at 45,000 elo. I think that was a little better during the start of ranked PvP. A lot of people are already inactive here. I think we had like, I think 60,000, 70,000 or something was like rank 200. So yeah, still we have like around 100, at least we have more than 100 fully active people here. There was a bug with elo at that time. Yeah, you're right. During the first 2 days, I think, there were some real issues with matchmaking. First of all, you ended up getting matched with like a person that has like exactly the same base elo than you do. Like the range was 1,000, like nothing else. So you could get matched with like 1 or 2 players usually. And that was pretty bad. Then there was like the elo gain bug, where you would not lose elo if you lose against someone who had like less elo than you did. And since I was like rank 1 from the start here, because I played a lot during the first 2 days, I didn't lose elo when I lost games, and I got like 1,000 elo for each game that I won, which definitely was not intended. So I pretty much got up to 150,000 or something in an instant, which was pretty bad for me, because then I didn't find any opponents anymore, which is pretty unfortunate. But yeah, matchmaking got fixed, so it's better right now, but there's still that base elo gap here, so I still need to wait a lot for opponents. I guess I should have waited until that got fixed before starting spamming ranked games, but I was I was sort of hyped to play these matches, so yeah. It's been pretty insane though to see some of these numbers. Like I think like here Hyper or Taker, they have like more than 500 ranks already, which is a lot. Pretty crazy. Also Silver Dragon more than 400. Shovaran 450. Would be nice if they change it to active elo also for others that get back in, just to get some matches going. Yeah, maybe that's a possibility, but I think it is a little difficult. Yeah, maybe it's. Oh, I got someone. I mean, it used to be like that. I mean, when you got inactive back in the old Battleforge, you would sort of get matched with the zero elo guys. Okay. Getting into our first game. Oh, we're playing against fire, so okay, my Dread Charger took 2. What is it doing? Okay. I don't want him to pick up a power wall or something without any punishment right here. Because when we're playing against fire, I'm not sure if he's playing pure fire right now, so if he does, we definitely need to avoid a very aggressive early approach. Okay, he's playing double scavenger. Yeah, I'll go into the back line with my Dread Charger right now. And I pick off that scavenger over here, and that should be fine for now. I think we just lost 1 Forsaken for the full scavenger, which is a good lead for me personally. So he's playing thugs already. That's good. because right now I can pretty much take up a power wall right here and still apply some pressure onto this the space here. Let's see what he's doing. If he's responding with a power wall by himself. Yeah, he does, exactly. So I'll try to apply some pressure here. Yeah, eruption. Okay, that's fine for now. I'm gonna use demotivate, otherwise these stacks are way too annoying here right now. Gotta remove that. Yeah, I think I cannot push that, man. That was bad by me. I let it too greedy. But it's okay. It's not too bad. Yeah. I somehow threw away my early advantage of having that scavenger, which was not that good. Well, first game of the day. Need to play a little bit to get into shape here. We see another scavenger. Yeah, gotta play more Forsaken. Let's see if he's opting for a Sunder right now or just going in with the scavenger and by himself here. Okay, eruption, that's fine. That's good for me. I may go for motivate. Yeah, let's go for motivate here. I really don't want these stacks here to wreak havoc in my backline. And I can respawn Unday Stretch Charges right now, which is very, very effective for my push. Maybe you can... Okay, I cannot bait out the Sunstriders. Another eruption here. Okay, it's killing 2 units, which is okay for him, but it's not winning him anything. Because I still have the upper hand onto these units here. Yeah, I'm gonna kill these Forsaken and rebuild another power wall here and also pressure a little bit with the Forsaken, so if he responds by that with this power wall, I can still try to be around this area here. Okay. This Dread Charger regained his health. I'm gonna frenzy these Forsaken over here because they are in an unfavorable position. I didn't get off a motivate, which is a little bit unfortunate, but it's okay. We have 2 Dread Charges in here, which is very effective against the Thugs line here. These ones are not getting out of daze. We're gonna micro with these here to get the upper hand in this fight. And yeah, now we can push for this power wall, and I think I'm pretty confident that I can take that one now. So I'm focusing the Sunstriders with my Dread Charges while getting a good unit formation for the Forsaken, so I don't get erupted into oblivion on that spot. Yeah, I think we're good. This wall should drop. I'm gonna motivate here. Oh, these guys are running around. That's not good. Yeah. So first power wall dropped right here, which is definitely necessary. Otherwise, I would be in a pretty bad spot for playing this long tier 1 against the fire tier 1. I will try to clear out everything with my remaining Forsaken right now and pick up tier 2 in the background. A very, very long early game would be not that beneficial for me. Yeah, it's pure fire. This is pretty much what I was afraid of. Like going with a let's say even early game against pure fire is very bad with Shadow Nature. So, do you have a main deck? Oh, that's a tough question. Right now, I would say no, probably not. I prefer like Shadow Frost, Shadow Nature, Pure Frost, but there's so many decks that I used to play by a lot of games. So yeah, I don't have a real main deck, I guess. So there's the first Fire Dancer. I need to get rid of that. Very important. It is very powerful, I think. Okay, he left the game. I wanted to nasty into that if he had like any different idea. Okay, we got 5,000 elo, which is good. Got back some of the activity here and now we need to search again. So if you have like any PvP questions or whatever, I will be around here to look at the chat. I think your main is kind of Shadow Tier 1. Yeah, if we go for Tier 1, Tier 1 only, I think Shadow Tier 1 is definitely my main color. Like it's my most played for 1v1. And yeah, in 2v2s I mostly played Nature Tier 1 because it was very powerful, with the majority of people being sort of confident with their Shadow and Fire Tier 1, and Nature has a very good synergy with the Dryads. So I ended up playing Nature by a lot of games. But yeah, for 1v1 it's definitely Shadow Tier 1 in terms of main Tier 1. Yeah, 5,000 is a good amount of elo that I needed right now to get back here. How was the tournament last weekend? It was kind of fun to play. I think the amount of teams was pretty low. That's the only thing, because I think the problem was that there were like some teams with Russian people, and I think they had problems due to the Central European time, which is a little different probably to what they expected. So they were late to the tournament, and we had to play with, I think, 4 teams or something, which was not that good. But well, we had like some nice teams. I think Delarian and Shadow played. Then we had the team with Hyper and Silver Dragon, and there was another team with Taker and Aha playing. So still we got to play some fun matches. And since Toggy ended up streaming all games, we had like 3 hours or something. in the last match, his stream ended up crashing. So yeah, nobody got to see the final match of the tournament, which was a little bit weird, but it still was a nice experience. I think these tournaments in general are pretty great. The last one was maybe the worst one, if you say so, because there were only these 4 teams, as I said already. But I don't know. I think I feel like playing this tournament is just super fun. I really enjoy them a lot. A replay cast of the last match. Well, I can give, let's give me a second if the match is working or not. Spectate. Yeah, that's what I sort of feared for. I think it's. Oh, what was the exact date of the last stream of the tournament? I think. Guns of Fire? No, that's not what I'm looking for. Oh. I think the problem with the current I think the problem with the current replays from spectator matches is that they always end up crashing. So I think I don't have the replay, which is pretty bad. So I cannot make a replay cast. I'm sorry for that. Any Voidstorm abuse? I don't think there was any Voidstorm abuse. I think we had no pure Shadow at all during the tournament, if I remember correctly. So yeah, I ended up playing Frost Splashes most of the time because Top Secret is who was my teammate. He is most likely a pure Fire main, and he also plays like pure Shadow and pure Nature, so non-Frost Splashes. So I ended up pretty much playing what we needed for the team. Yeah. Voidstorm is so much fun in 2v2. Yeah, it is, definitely. I think Taker used to be in a team with Shovaran, but he didn't show up to the tournaments, so maybe we would have seen a Void Storm by him, because he's a pure Shadow main and he's also playing the Void Storm in 2v2 matches, at least from what I've seen in the matches that I've played against him. But yeah, we had like some tier 1 action in the first games, and in the finals we played most likely the Mine Root combo, and the other stuff was mainly on 1v1 maps. So yeah, I think we played Stonekin Pure Fire, which is a very powerful combo, especially in tier 2. Okay, I just got back to rank 25, so 15 ranks by one match, which is nice, and we are already back to 131,000 elo, which is kind of important, because this matchmaking is a little painful. Stonekin defense with fire offense sounds terrible. Yeah, that's definitely the case. Also, what's very powerful is the Root Wildfire combo, which is super strong. Okay. Well, I really hope that maybe Silver Dragon or Hyper, or maybe Top Secret, at least one of them has working replay from the last 2v2 tournament, because then Toggy could maybe cast the last match in his next stream. Why do you have an upgraded crystal? Well, let's say that way, the upgrades are pretty much useless, because they just give me a little bit of extra HP onto the crystal. It's not benefiting the ability by itself, but yeah, the Fire Affinity crystal is quite good in random PvE with the Red Lost Spirit Chip to get the 50% damage buff. So I'm playing this in my deck, and I wanted to have a high deck level, and yeah, that's why I have this upgrade. Since when is Shadow Insect good in PvP? I think it is still very underrated card. It is maybe not super strong, but I think for the Shadow Nature version it is a very good option, because it synergizes quite well with the Cultist Master in general. Yeah, if I defend with the Nightcrawlers and they die, and I will already gain a pretty good amount of corpses for the Shadow Insect. And it pretty much, the idea came in from some Shadow Nature plays that were playing Shadow Insect in a combination with the Fallen Sky Elf. So you pretty much go like for, let's say, Virtuoso or something. You're using the ability, and then you can pretty much one-shot them, which is quite nice. But I think Shadow Insect on itself is pretty strong due to the ability, and I think it got buffed in 2013 or something, where it has like the steadfast ability, so it cannot be knocked back by XL units or some stuff like Stonekin units anymore, which is quite nice to apply a little bit more pressure. And also the ability can still do a lot of damage. And it's also quite nice because it can one-shot Skyfire Drakes, which is very good. And I really enjoy playing this card. Does the damage increase from the large attack work on the ability? Yes, it does. It's like, I think 500 damage or something. Yeah, 500 against usual targets, and against L units it's 750. I mean, I can just show it right here. Let's just take a Virtuoso with 1700 HP, sacrifice something, and there you go. 750 L damage is applied. That should work on pretty much any ability, I think. They always apply the damage status effect, unless you have something like the Spirit Hunter's Purple with this weird ability which is not stacking with anything. So it's like the ability is also stacking with buffs and so on. So Motivate is increasing the damage even further. Yeah, it's nice damage for no energy cost, and you also pretty much get this ability for free because the Cultist Masters don't cost anything to grant the corpses. So we are playing against Falcon again, so pure fire. I will pretty much head for the middle right now because I don't want him to gain too much map control. I don't pick up this power wall though, because I cannot defend this against Cliff Dancer or something. I just want to prevent an early power wall. So yeah, that is an interesting one. Okay, there's an eruption. I think that is fine for me. Okay, that's a little bit unlucky here, to be honest, but I really want to proceed here and fight to the end. Need to kill that guy here. Yeah, now my Forsaken are undazed, so let's kill these ones here. Okay, Thugs. I don't want Thugs in here. Gotta micro because he's definitely focusing the dazed squad. Okay, that was a little bit weird, but it's okay. Need to kite the Thugs right now, very important. Maybe, no, I'm not going for the Motivate yet. Now I can, I think. I need to get rid of that one squad over here. If it's getting out of daze, I'm losing this, so yeah, right now I'm fine, I think. I will activate the Frenzy here to kill the Thugs, and with the Motivated will pretty much work, or maybe not. Okay, never mind, I underestimated the eruption. It's okay, I think the... Yeah, both squads here are damaged, so I'm fine. Fighting early against Thugs is a little bit risky, but it's fine because I pretty much prevented the early power wall pickup, which is okay for me. Right now we have like the delayed 2 minute power wall, and yeah, these units are still binding power, and they are weakened because both of them lost one squad. Yeah, it's a little bit hard to attack against fire due to the small area here. It's really annoying, but I think I'm fine. Need to get around with like split attacks or something against the eruption threat. But I also need to be a little bit aware of the fact that he can definitely go for a Sundra split or something. So I'm not leaving the Scavenger here for free. Okay, more Thugs, which is pretty good because I have 2 Dread Chargers already in the mix. And yeah. Okay, getting off some damage for free here, which is very nice. I really want to engage that path here because he has no ranged supply over here, so that is quite good for me. He definitely has a lot of power for eruptions or something like that. Well, I have no points, yeah, in spawning here because he could erupt immediately to my stuff, which would be bad. But I'm trying to micro right now because respawning would lead to more eruptions. And I really don't want... Yeah, that's fine. That's really fine. I can pick up another power right here. Okay, there's another Scavenger over here. So he's trying to pick up my units. Okay, another Another squad over here. Yeah, I need to frenzy over here. So he's picking up everything, and there is a Sunder, I think. Yeah. I really need to sort of buy some time here with my units. Okay, these ones are done. Yeah, I really need to save that red charger. That's good. Sunra didn't do anything yet. I may try Night Guard because there is a lot of distance between my power well. And he's going for a mortar tower. Okay, that's interesting. That is a very interesting choice. Because I can still attack his main base and all that stuff. So this bound power is not that optimal for him. I mean, he's trying to go tier 2 here, which is definitely the correct decision, because if I'm picking up tier 2 here or anywhere around this area, the mortar is doing a good job at blocking a lot of stuff here for him. I'm trying to take the Sunra and pick tier 2 by myself, but I really need some additional units here to push through. Yeah, he went for Fire Dancer and an Enforcer, which is fine. This is why I have the Forsaken. They are very good M-counters and they can inflict heavy damage right now. And if he's playing anything big like a Skyfire Drake, I still have the Night Guard, which is great for me. So right now I'm pretty much starting to spam Frenzy Nightcrawler and whoops, they shouldn't run like that. That's a little poor mismicring, and that should not go for the orb, but well, right now it's too late. Yeah, that's why the Night Guard is pretty perfect in this situation. I can simply take the Skyfire. I'm not sure if I can push here, but the orb is pretty low, so I will try. Okay. Yeah, I'm still not playing so clean, but well, I think it takes like 2 or 3 games maybe to get that flow. Is there anything I can do in the Forge right now while waiting for the next game? I cannot even look for upgrades. Well, I can build up a face tower and try to destroy it with an MI Phantom, which is a little difficult, I know, but it's fun. Oh wait, what do you think about Grigory tier 3 versus Pyro tier 3? Do you mean in Shadow Nature? I think Lost Grigory is very strong, especially against Pure Fire, because the disintegrate ability is a hard counter to Juggernaut, so it's definitely a viable option. That is the tier 3 I used to play. I don't have Lost Grigory right now, so I'm not playing in any of my decks, but like you can play Silverwind Lancers, Lost Grigory, Shield Building. You can still play the Ashborn Pyro with that deck. You just need to like throw out the Cultist Master, the Shadow Insect, and maybe the Mo to get the slots. And you could still play like a 5-card tier 3 or something if you want to. The Skeleton Warriors are not really necessary. Shadow Nature has a lot of options. Oh, it's about Shadow Frost. Never mind. Well, I think the same thing applies to Shadow Frost. I think the Lost Gregory is insanely powerful against the GD Juggernaut, but I think in Shadow Frost it's a little bit different, because I think in order to make big value out of the Lost Gregory, you need Life Weaving, because otherwise the Fire Player could simply kill the Lost Gregory with like Giant Slayers and Wildfire Spammer, because it cannot move during the disintegration duration, and I think it takes I think 24 seconds or something to disintegrate Juggernaut on upgrade 3, if I remember correctly. So that is a lot of time to kill that thing, especially since the HP pool got nerfed. It used to be like 4,500 and right now it's like 3,000 and something at like upgrade 3, so yeah, you need Life Weaving in order to make it work, so you need to play in tier 2 with like an Elliot like Mountaineer or Lost Reaver to make that Life Weaving be worth it for your deck. If you have that deck that works around that, I think Lost Gregory may be superior to Ashbone Pyro tier 3, but since I'm playing in my deck around like Stormsinger, Nightcrawler, Dark of Assassins with Motivate in tier 2, I prefer having the Ashbone because it's synergizing much more with the Motivate compared to the Lost Gregory, because I don't have the Life Weaving in my Shadow Frost. So yeah, I think both are viable. So let's see who's online. I think there are some people who are... Some gold ranks are playing right now, but I think none of them is looking for ranked PvP. Hyper and Silver Dragon still in-game in 2v2s. Maybe Draken is gonna play right now. There's been also this fun tier 3 that I wanted to play with the Lost Bandstone, which is like a pretty cool card that could like simply trap a Juggernaut for 60 bound power. Oh, Draken is really playing right now. But I think it's a little bit shaky because you cannot disintegrate legendary cards. That is something I realized yesterday. And that is really bad, because you cannot disintegrate Brannock or Mo, who are pretty popular in PvP. Okay, we found someone. So it's a Shadow tier 1 player, so we are already approaching to that center position again to block any early power well shenanigans, because you don't want that with Shadow Nature. You want early tier 2 stage and all that stuff. So picking up power wells early on is something you really want to avoid. So we're having Dreadcharger and Forsaken. Right now we need to retreat, because otherwise he may nasty into 3 dazed Forsaken squads, which would be very bad. Right now both are on the power limit, which is pretty much correct play from both players for now. It's about having the correct unit formation. I need to have the Dreadcharger before my Forsaken here, otherwise a nasty onto 3 Forsaken would be worth it. If he nasties like that, I can still retreat without any heavy damage, which is good for me. So right now he's at 360 power, so he has the same amount of energy than I do. I'm trying to engage right here a little bit to get some damage onto the Dreadcharger. Yeah, I think it's not gonna die. Come on. Yeah, right now we got the Dreadcharger. We took some damage onto 1 Forsaken squad, which is bad, but it's okay. Now we need to identify the squad that is getting focused to get a good motivate off. But right now he has not that optimal focus fire, so... Right now... Well, now I had a chance to motivate, but... yeah, as you can see his focus fire is not on point. So I'm winning this fight already. Frenzy is coming in right now, but it's too late. I can now retreat because this squad is about to run out. I'm gonna kill the low HP Forsaken here, so they don't bind any power anymore. And we have more. As you can see, he spent 50 additional power, and I think we're on 4 against 5 Forsaken. So I'm ahead right now, which is very nice for me. I'm simply moving forward. He's playing at his power limit, which is very nice, so I don't have anything to worry about nasty shenanigans or something like that. Pretty optimal position for me to be in. Right now I'm looking for the Forsaken. Now he's having much more cleaner focus fires, so I'm opting for the Motivate. Getting the Daze squad out of the way here because it's simply low HP. Trying to have like some very optimal focus fire here. I will clean this up here because there's no reason in retreating right now because I really want the position. Right now we can take this this power wall here and then try to push for the main base once these are regenerated. If he's taking a power wall over here, we're trying to attack that immediately. Simply because it's much easier to get to the position. Okay, he's going for tier 2. Reasonable choice because he's behind in tempo right now against 6 Forsaken, so I need to make sure that I'm not getting nasty here, so I'm leaving one squad here to zone off the Dread Charger. Let's check how much time do I have left. I really need to split against Cold Snap here. And I really want to get rid of that monument here. There's an aura of corruption, so I'm mass frenzying that. I hope he has no Lost Reaver or something, but yeah, he's playing Cobalt Trick, Glacier Shell. Gonna go for the Motivate here and mass frenzy. This orb should drop. Yeah, it does. He has no way to repair that. This was very important here, the Dread Charger spawn, because these ones were about to run out, so he could rebuild this monument. But since we have the Dread Charger right now, he's forced to play Ice Barriers. He has no tier 1 Frost unit, so this game is pretty much over. He can't spawn anything anymore. So getting this Shadow Orb here was pretty much the end of the game. And well, that's game. The difference right here was pretty much the focus fire in the first fight. That was pretty much winning me the game. Shield Sky Fiends. Okay, I'm gonna go see you around. Okay, see ya. Was nice to have you here. So right now, wait, what is he talking about? He wants to play Fire Frost without shields and Scythe Fiends with Lurish and a long tier 1. Well, that is an option. like Scythe Fiends and well, Shield Drake. Well, I'm not sure if that's optimal, because you usually want the Shield Drake for the Fire Frost deck against the Fire Splash matchups like Pure Fire, Fire Nature. It's very strong against that. So I think you really want the shield, but I think having the Lyrish Knight as a substitute S counter is viable if you have like the slots for Home Soil and Ice Barrier. So he's saying in the top 10 it's just pure Shadow and Shadow Frost. So is that really the case? I mean, like, let's just take a look. I think it's not, right? Well, okay, to be fair, we have X-Hightech who started playing Shadow Frost for some reason. He's not playing Fire Nature anymore. Silver Dragon, I think, plays Shadow Frost and Fire Nature. Navarre is the Shadow Frost main, Shore and Pure Shadow. Hyper, Pure Shadow probably, or Shadow Frost, I'm not sure. Well, there are a lot of Shadow Frost and Pure Shadow players right now, that's true. He's playing Mountaineer, so he could get around that. To 1, pretty standard, looking fine here. Skyfire Drake. Oh, okay, so he's going for a Timeless 1 Lancer Brannock tier 3. I think the tier 3 is okay, but a little risky, because if you're playing against a Brannock player by himself, and you're using the Brannock as your main XL counter, you will have a big problem once he plays the Brannock before you get to play it by yourself, because then you have no XL counter left to remove the Brannock, and then you simply you end up being stuck, because Silver Lancers and Timeless 1 are very weak against him. And you also don't have the big protection of the three protect spells, but yeah. I mean, he's using the Ice Barrier Lyrish Knight here as an XL, so it's okay, but for the specific case of playing against Brannock, it's not that good, because the ability of Brannock is very strong against the Lyrish Knight, and he's not carrying the Disenchant in his deck. So yeah, that may be a little bit tricky. So a Lion, that is a good map for Shadow tier 1. We're playing against Fire though. Maybe it is his Fire Frost deck right now. Would be funny to play against that right now. No Home Soil. Yeah, I think there was no Home Soil in that deck, right? I think probably due to slot issues. I think if you have that type of deck, you want the Home Soil in it. I would cut like Thugs or a Sundra or something like that in order to pick up the Home Soil. I think it would be really good. So I'm trying to play a little bit more passive right now to get some Forsaken into the field, so I'm not getting cheesed by Thugs or any early Eruption, to stay more stable, and yeah, I don't want to risk anything. So yeah, Thugs on the board already. If he's playing a second squad, I could opt for a second Red Charger, but right now everything is okay. I need to shift some Forsaken. Oh, I think I didn't answer that question. I'm not sure if that one's getting out here. Yes, the first... I really need to get the Focus Fire into the Thugs. Very important. I'm using the respawn from my Dread Charger here to to get some knockback to stabilize this spot over here. Ah, that's close. Oh, nice. That's really nice. It ended up surviving, so I'm trying to save here. Yeah, these ones are getting cleaned up. This was quite nice for me that the stretch charger ended up surviving. Right now I can pick up a power wall by myself because I have a very big lead and he cannot play Sandra anymore into that, which is very important. Okay. So he picked up a power by himself. I will try to split, attack from two sides, so I'm not walking into a very big eruption. If 2 Forsaken are getting it, it's okay. If 3 are getting it, it's terrible. So I want to spawn the Dazed Forsaken into the line with the Scavenger because I can zone it off more effectively compared to the Thugs. Yeah. I really need a lot of focus fire here to kite them effectively, so I'm playing more Forsaken onto that side. I'm gonna double Frenzy here, because I really want to push forward. I'm gonna go for the motivate here. It's very important, and even though the squad was not completely low, it was very important to get that one off. I'm not getting into position to soak them up in time with the red charger, but this squad is gonna drop. I may get this one. Yeah, okay. That's game. GG. So that's 5,000 again. Very nice. Oh yeah, in the red now the ladder got up again. We're at rank 11. Back to Grandmaster. So probably about 6 matches to get fully active again, or maybe 7, something like that. But in the end I probably will be forced to play more than that, because since I played, as I said already earlier in the stream, the majority of my games during the first days of ranked PvP, I will probably drop again after completing these 7 matches, because some of these games that I played during that time will be out of the counter here. Okay. Matchmaking 2v2, they still go for these 2v2s. Owned by Hero. Hey ho. Hey, how are you doing? Interesting name. So by now we're at like 145,000 elo, which is okay, because right now it will take like 2 to 5 minutes, I guess, to get another match. So pretty interested in how long it will take up until CD Killer will start playing ranked PvP again. He actually has an account in the Skylords Reborn again, so I'm waiting for him to appear in the top 20 quite soon. Maybe even higher, who knows. Oh, by the way, there will be a pretty damn good PvE run on my YouTube channel quite soon by Traim, Prittstift, and here's their PvE squad here, the 4 players. I think he played with Libovin, and let me check, like the Banky was the 4th one. Yeah, okay. These 4 guys like make this insane 4 minute and 1 second Guns of Liar run, and they were willing to share the replay with me, so I do have the honor to cast this replay quite soon and show you that insane strategy. I think it was super fun to watch that replay. Really nice. And they already said they are working to get that sub 4 minutes. I think they said like 3 minutes and 55 seconds should be possible with the current strategy, which is like insane, because like Guns of Liar used to be like, when I started playing the game, it was like the hardest PvE map for me. Well, maybe it's not the most difficult one overall, but it's still so insane to see this map being done in like 4 minutes. Well, there are a lot of speedrun times that are very crazy, and they were beating a lot of all-time records with a lot of new strategies. So current Battlegrounds is at 935. That's crazy. But I think the current 4-player map is quite easy. Blight 1650, interesting. Oh, another game against Draken. So Shadow again. He switched back to that. I hope this this thing here is not going to last forever on my screen. Okay, it's gone. Trying to go for the center. Hey, I just started playing recently. What do you recommend to do about Battleforge points management? You seem to have a lot of cards. Battleforge management. Well, if you're looking to invest some time in into the market, you can really make some really good trades, because the market is quite unstable, so the prices vary a lot. So if you make like a table with the numbers of oh, give me a second, I need to retreat right now. If you have like the cost numbers of a lot of cards, you may get some very good trades to increase the amount of Battleforge points that you have, if you are willing to invest the time to do so. So right now we're in a good spot in this situation right here. I need to get off a good motivate. That was very important. I will answer your question a little bit more in detail after the fight. I really need to focus a little bit right now. I really hope this one is getting out without dying, because then I have a very solid lead. That's perfect. Yeah, that's nice. I'm gonna pick up a Dread Charger here and kill off that Forsaken squad. If he's picking up tier 2, I'm gonna rush that for sure. There's no way he's getting at that tier 2. Even with a wall or something, I could simply break through that. Okay, he's picking up a POW. Well, interesting. Okay, nice to surprise. I'm gonna wait out for that Frenzy Forsaken here to run out. Oh, I got off a shot here. It's not optimal, but it's okay. Yeah. Now I can simply split up my army and wait a little bit. I could also go for the Skeleton Warriors here. Yeah, fake frenzy, good idea to zone me off here. Yeah, there's the real frenzy, but it's okay. Right now here comes the Mass Frenzy Motivate and this one is gone. Maybe that honestly that was a little bit too much. There was no need to go for that Mass Frenzy here, but yeah. Okay, I think right now I'm in a better position to hold off any attacks. So to be honest, I do have a lot of cards because I won some tournaments, so I was not doing a great job with Battleforge point management. I was just pretty greedy on the market and all that stuff, and I've seen some people that were much more intelligent when they were looking at their Battleforge point management, and yeah, as I said, like look up at some cards that are in the market with the prices. As you may know already, since you just started, this may be important for you. The cards at the right corner, they do have these buttons here. That is golden. That one is brown. That one is silver, and this is the rarity of the cards. And usually the ones with higher rarity are worth more Battleforge points, so you need to keep an eye onto that cards. So tier 2 is coming. It's Shadow Frost. Okay, so that is apparently the best matchup I could play my Shadow Nature deck into. Like, it's so good against Shadow Frost. Okay, it's maybe even better against Pure Frost, because Dark of Assassins and Curse of Oink and Night Guard and all that stuff is so good against War Eagles. So I'll go double Dark of Assassins. Let's see if he's going for an Aura of Corruption. So yeah, that's what I expected. Oh, I lost 2 units. No. Oh well, maybe I should have turned around, to be honest, but it's okay. It's really it's okay. Yeah, we traded. Okay, let's wait out, or I'll just go for the attack. These Dark of Assassins are sitting around. The aura is on cooldown. He's maybe going for a nasty surprise, so yeah. Let's try to micro around a little bit against that Nightcrawler. No. Okay, that was not supposed to die like that, but it's okay. Right now I'm simply going for the Frenzy. That was a pretty fortunate event here for me. Oh, it's frenzied as well. Okay, that's okay for me. Yeah, that one's probably gonna die, but he needs to repair the power wall by himself, which is good. So I'm gonna attack his second base over here. This one's gonna die. This one's gonna run out and will be unable to move for a while. So I can simply go for that next Nightcrawler here. Okay, I'm gonna oink that. And now I think he's at the power limit without the ability to freeze, so I'm simply gonna go for the well focus right now. Okay, going for the motivate to increase the damage even further, and there we got the well. This was simply speculating for him to be low on power, to be unable to protect, because he was behind from the early game and I had a lot of DPS and he was simply playing Nightcrawlers at his power limit, so yeah. Now we're up by a lot, so I'm gonna go for split attack right now to pretty much overload protects and also pretty much split his attention to get some more favorable trades on the board. But yeah, I need to sort of get around these Dark of Assassins. I'm gonna play a little bit more additional stuff here. Yeah, let's see how he responds. I'm gonna use my crowd control here to attack on that side. Gonna pick up this guy here. I don't want the Dark of Assassins because, okay, there's a frenzy. I'm not sure if I get to save the Dark of Assassins. I don't want to focus these ones because, yeah, as you can see, these ones were unable to fight anyways. Okay, this guy has everything. Okay, job done here. We're getting for the last power well. Okay, repaired that one. I think I'm not getting. Yeah, Nasty Surprise was necessary because these ones were about to die. Right now we got all power wells, so he's no resource income anymore, which is the end of the game. Yeah, the offense from Shadow Nature is very strong against Shadow Frost because the Nightcrawler. The Nightcrawlers are very, very strong, combined with the crowd control support, and yeah, my Dark Assassin micro right here was not optimal. To be fair, I brought them into the mix way too early. You usually want the Dark of Assassins once you have like 3 or 4 of them, and then you can also make value out of the root. So Draken is asking me right now what kind of decks I'm playing. In like high elo. Well, if it's about ranked PvP, I usually switch decks by a lot. And yeah, Shadow Nature as he's mentioning himself that I said that in my guide that Shadow Nature is a very, very strong matchup into Shadow Frost. I was simply giving him the answer that I usually play pretty much every deck during the rank queue because I think yeah, I just enjoy playing more than one deck for that. So it's also pretty good for me to learn a lot of matchups because sometimes it gives you a different perspective on a lot of scenarios if you have like the knowledge to see the matchup maybe from both sides. If you played them from both sides, you may see some timings where you can abuse the enemy. For instance, like the Fire Nature against Shadow Frost matchup in high elo is very tricky because the Fire Nature player, for instance, has a very, very narrow time window in late tier 2 where he can crush Shadow Frost by Burrower spam supported the Skyfire Drakes, which is very, very powerful. But if you miss that timing against a very strong Shadow Frost player, he will pretty much roll over you with like his tier 3 that is like infinite times stronger than the Fire Nature tier 3. So yeah. So Falcon is asking me right now that if any players reached Prime in the old Battleforge. Yeah, there were a lot of Primes back then. I think we had like so many. First of all, I think the first person to reach Prime, who was that? I'm not sure. I think it was Obesity. A Fire Nature main, a very, very strong player with very, very good micro. Then we had like CD Kilroy in 2013 reaching Prime with one of the highest base elo values that we ever had. Hero managed to reach Prime. Then we had like Dragon Dave. Yeah. Heroldon, but he was buying elo from other people, so he was not really reaching that. I think Dragon Dumphy also reached Prime, Street Kings reached Prime, X High Tech reached Prime. I think Maron V reached Prime, but that was during a time when no other high rank players were active, so he had a pretty easy run there. Wait a second, is he asking me if I can stream? I'm streaming right now, right? Okay, let's just answer this question here in the chat again. Let's just, I think these were like the strongest players. These four reached Prime that come to my mind. So I will mention these guys. Oh, I think he just realized that he's on stream, that he used to play on stream, I guess. Well, back then it used to be easier to get Prime because the majority of people were simply higher in elo. You had like, I think 40 blue ranks or something during sometimes, and yeah. If you play against high ranks, you get more elo. So pretty much that's the point. Like, let's say someone. Okay, Dualot is not active right now, but he was like a high gold rank or something. He used to be a high platinum rank, so pretty much everyone was a little bit higher in elo, so it was easier to also reach higher elo points. Right now there are just 5 blue ranks, so there are not that many options of getting big amounts of elo. So yeah. So yeah, Falcon is asking if Der Kanonicher is Kilroy. Yeah, he is. He said bad cards, but plays very good. So I'm getting a deck request right now for the stream. So it's Shadow Frost. Looks pretty standard from me. First of all, from the early stage, so we're having Forsaken, Nox Trooper, Dread Charge, and Nasty Surprise. Everything is fine for now. So he's not playing Motivate, he's using Home Soil, but Lyrish Knight, which is okay. I think Home Soil got nerfed, so back then I think Home Soil was at least equally strong to Motivate. Right now I think Motivate is a little bit stronger because it simply saves more slots, and the 30-second duration is pretty good. But I still think Home Soil is viable. So what's primarily missing from my perspective in the tier 2 is the Dark Elf Assassins. They're very powerful in your defensive work against a lot of colors. Like against Pure Fire, they are very important. They are first of all important to counter all S-type units. Lost Reaver is not enough for that because there are a lot of small units like Shadow Nature, for instance. Shadow Nature is using heavy Dark Elf Assassin spam on its own and has a lot of crowd control supply to root out a very, very expensive Lost Reaver. So once you get into very, very high micro trades, the Dark Elf Assassins end up being very important, and their burst is very important against a lot of defensive factions. Because, for instance, if you have like right now you have Lost Reaver, Nightcrawler, and Lyrish Knight. All 3 units are melee units, so you need some ranged units in order to sort of have a more balanced unit composition, because otherwise you're very, very vulnerable against ensnaring roots, for instance. Yeah, so I think the tier 3 was interesting. I think you were playing Church of Negation, which is a niche card but very strong. Yeah, exactly. Stormsinger is a very good choice for Shadow Frost, for instance, because she has the ranged ability. She can kite well, and she's also a very good addition for tier 2. I will take another look at your deck quite soon after that match here to get a better look onto the tier 3. So we're playing against Falcon again, going for a scavenger spam. Okay, I'm gonna play Skeleton Warriors against that because I don't want that to happen over here, and the Skeleton Warriors are a little bit more solid on this well, let's say limited space here, because okay, there are thugs. So interesting that he tries a different unit composition over here. Against the thugs, I'm using double Dread Charger because he's not having a lot of Sunstriders in order to back up his S counters. So that's the push over here. So I try to, yeah, let's try to get out some of these units. Oh, I was a little late onto the respawns, to be honest. That is bad. Oh, I need to activate these skeletons here. Yeah, I will use demotivate. Okay, definitely. Okay, these ones get out of phase, which is important. Okay, it's looking fine. Yeah, it's okay, but not optimal, to be honest. Yeah, we got the Skeleton Warriors. Right here, it's a little bit uncomfortable to play against. The fire tier 1 because of the eruptions and all that stuff. Right now, I can get a good angle onto his Sunstriders though with my Dread Charger, because they can respawn undazed from my main base, and that is pretty important for me, as you can see. Oh, maybe I can save that one. That's something that's optimal. Okay, that's nice. I didn't play against him yet. Okay, let's take another look at that Shadow Frost deck. I hope, yeah, okay, he's here. Nice. So let me check. Glacier Shell Combo Trick is in, Night Guard is in, which is very important against a lot of L units, like Deep One, for instance. Okay, let's take a look at the tier 3. Oh, Cold Snap, yeah, sure. 4 tier 3, Ash Bomb, Pyro Lost, Gregory Lost, Vigil, Church of Negation. I think Church of Negation is a strong card, but needs a lot of support. In order, I've seen a lot of Shadow Frost players that use the Church of Negation. They usually tend to sacrifice a lot of deck slots during tier 1 and tier 2 to make a very strong tier 3 in order to work around the Church of Negation to get the protection spells, for it to sort of not get overwhelmed by strong attacks. And they can also add the Nether Warp to port in enemies that are dangerous for the Church of Negation, so they can pretty much get rid of them before they get anywhere close to the church. They just port them in, they get disintegrated, and you're in a very good position. And it's also important to split up big units, because a lot of players, when they play against Church of Negation, they will stack up 6 or 7 units, throw them into the church, and sort of make sure that it dies before you can pretty much protect it, because you have only the Cobalt Trick and no other support spells, like in PvE, for instance, to make good use of the church. So if you want to play the Church of Negation, play something around it, like Nether Warp is important. Maybe play something like Cursewell in order to get offensive. The Lost Vigil is okay. I think it's a decent card if you get to have the good map for it, but it's not that reliable, I think, compared to some other tier 3 options. Grigori is very strong, Ashbourne is very strong. Usually I would, the strongest tier 3s in my opinion are the Cultist Master tier 3 in Shadow Frost, with Cultist Master, Ashbourne Pyro, Lost Grigori, Shield Building, and well, you can round up the rest by like Silverwind Lancers or something. Or Cursewell is very, very strong in Shadow Frost because it has a strong defense, and then you can like click onto the enemy's power wall, and it's dead. No counterplay for it because you have a strong defense to get deflection attacks, to get them down with like Cultist Masters. Or the second tier 3 that I would like to recommend if you're playing Shadow Frost is the Timeless 1 tier 3, very strong in 1v1, because you have a lot of crowd control simply to reduce the incoming DPS from your opponent, and then you have like the shield building, the Cobalt Trick, the Glacier Shield, all these the building protections in order to keep everything alive. With the reduced damage, there's nearly nothing that can overwhelm you if you're not too far behind in the game. I think the only thing that really beats up a Timeless 1 defense is like Juggernaut. Yeah, that thing can straight up run through with the Stampede, but yeah. I mean, going for Church of Negation is definitely viable. You can do that. But I think you need to sort of, first of all, you need like 5 or 6 cards into 3 to make it work consistently, because it's a very expensive card, and you really need to make that power invest work, because otherwise you play your Church of Negation at one place, and then your enemy will just run around it into your main base, and then you have like 150 power bound into that spot, and you cannot use that power. So let's see who's the next opponent. Okay, I'm at 145,000 elo, so it may take a little bit more up until I can play again. So there are 2 pages, okay, a little bit more than 1 page in PvP. Shovaran is online, so there is at least another high gold rank. Okay. Mephisto, Falcon, Draken, Yua. Okay. Okay. Let's see if we get to find another match soon. Usually it gets better once I am hitting the 120,000 elo mark, because then I will, per tick, it's like 7,000 additional elo, and then I get like 20 additional players that could get matched with me. With the next 7,000, another 40 players or something like that, or 35. So yeah, that is quite useful. Once I reach that. Oh, I'm back at rank 3. That's nice. So 1 game is left to hit rank 1 back again, but I think I need about 3 or 4 games to hit full activity. I am at 90%, so probably 3 games, as it's like 30 games to reach 100%, so 3 games for 10% makes sense. Maybe I will switch my deck after that next game. I would like to cancel the queue right now, but that would set me back down to the 160,000 elo range, so that would be not so useful right now. Okay, that's probably the new deck right now. So we have Ward of the North, Ash Bombera, that's a good synergy. These cards are synergizing pretty well with each other. And yeah, Silver Lances, strong edit counter, Lost Trickery, very strong counter for Juggernaut. Yeah, that looks very strong. Yeah, I think that's very solid. I think you can try that deck, and well, if you still have issues playing that, maybe we can talk again or something like that. But that looks a lot better. Okay, it's against Draken again. So he's probably the only higher elo player who is searching right now. I think he's ranked 9 or something like that. So since no one out of the top 8 is searching, he's constantly getting matched against me. So early Mortar Tower, probably because usually on this map everyone is spamming Face Tower, which is very annoying as a fire player, and you want to respond against that with a Mortar Tower. But I'm not using the Face Tower, and I think he realized that right now. So I'm splitting my army a little bit to not run into the first eruption that is over here. And I try to flank a little bit from 2 sides to make sure that I'm not getting caught out completely. So this map is a little bit dangerous because it's a very thug-friendly map, because there are a lot of choke points and there's not a lot of space for me to really kite against the thugs. So I don't really want to engage into the middle here, because he can simply erupt over here, and that is pretty bad, to be honest. So I will keep my position over here, play a little bit more dread charges overall, because they are simply strong against the thugs, and I will also try to opt for a little bit of split attack pressure by getting some Forsaken around that corner here. So let's see how he responds. Okay, he's trying to push against that already, which is okay. I'm playing some Forsaken here from a safer distance. I'm not sure if I get the Motivate in time. No, I don't. That's bad, but it's okay. That is okay. So right now he's not in the best position here, because I'm gonna motivate this here, because I don't want to let this Powell here survive in any way. So Mortar Tower, interesting choice. It will take a while though to get up, so I will try to nasty into this area here to get rid of the Sunstriders while using my Forsaken to get rid of that Mortar Tower. So this well here dropped. The mortar is down, and right now we're in a pretty commanding position to win this game. So another scavenger over here. I'm gonna play a Dread Charger just in case he's using more thugs. So Eruption coming in here. I need to retreat the Dread Charger. Eruption is not killing Dazed Dread Chargers, as you can see. So right now I'm simply waiting up until this one is leaving the Dazed status, and yeah. Okay, I really need to get rid of the thugs here, because I don't want him to get undazed, otherwise they will be very annoying for my units. I'm gonna split here to not run into the next eruption. Okay, that was close. And there's the defensive mortar. Okay. I'm not sure if I really want to push. Yeah, I think I got what I wanted. I got the eruption. This mortar, I cannot push against that, so I will retreat right now and yeah, split up my units and pick up tier 2 in the back line. Okay, this eruption was decent. Kill 2 units. My split was not optimal. Yeah, very good idea from him to not finish off the Forsaken, but to slow down the Dread Charger. I just wanted to pick up his low HP Forsaken Sunstriders, but he didn't give me the opportunity to do so. So I didn't even get this Scavenger here. So that was a good trade for him. He needs to somewhat retreat right now, because he cannot pursue against the tier 2 orb. But yeah, in the end it's still me being up on power well for the entirety of the game, so I'm in a very commanding position. Since this mortar is over here, I will prefer attacking this orb very aggressively here. I need to make sure to split up my units here in order to get rid of the lava field. Maybe I will pretty much leave these Dark Elf Assassins out of the radius, because I'm pretty sure there is a lava field oncoming if I don't respect it. So there's the Kobo trick in the first place. Storm Singer, maybe he is, yeah, there's the lava field. Well, I really need to get a heal off. Okay, that's good. Right now we're in an okay position for that. I just want that distance here between my archers and the monument to get out of the lava field ranged onto my entire army. Starting some activations here to burst that orb down. Yeah. Okay, that orb is gone. The mortar is already gone as well, so I will try to sort of ignore that Lyrish Knight and kick another power wall here to make sure this game is entirely over. Okay, he already said GG, so I think that's game. Sovereign. Okay, that is a very, very nice PvP rank here again, because I know I will be back at rank 1 right now. So, will take about 5 minutes to regain the activity, I guess, but yeah. Oh, I see. Draken is not that satisfied with his performance today, and just told me that he usually plays a little bit better, which is actually true. He really has he had some very, very strong games when I played against him. Like recently, there was like an insane match when I played like P-Nature against Shadow Frost against him on I think it was on Toggy's stream, where we had like a 30-minute game of me trying to sort of survive against his like Ashbone Silver Lancer attacks with the parasite swarms, and I ended up winning because I had pretty much more charges on my parasite swarm, which was like a 12 charges, and he had like just 6 charges onto the Ashbone, so he ended up running out on them too early, so I could pretty much sustain through that and somewhat build up an army in the end. That was like an insane match, super close, and that was like really, really nice to play, and I think it was also fun to watch. I mean, the Draken is a very strong player, I think. Rank 10 right now. And he's also not doing like, yeah, I think the overall level of play really improved over time. Back when I played in the open, not open beta, in the closed beta, pretty much everyone, straight up everyone, made these big mistakes of taking early worlds, with like 2 or 3 exceptions. Like there were 2 or 3 players that were not making these big major mistakes, and in the early game, where I could like simply run through, because it's like, for instance, Shadow Mirror and the opponent takes a well without a lead. Well, I can use Forsaken against that, and since Shadow has no effective counter for Forsaken other than Forsaken, you are having 4 Forsaken against 2 Forsaken, and the 4 Forsaken are pretty much winning that. So that is something a lot of people in the current high elo range don't do, and that is quite nice to see, because they really pretty much made PvP a lot more enjoyable, because it's been more competitive. and that's very nice. There were a lot of games where I just thought like, yeah, this game was decided by micro and not by some pretty big mistake. And I think in terms of micro, we've seen some very impressive performances, especially if I have like that replay analyzer thing from back then. I think it was used during the PvE speedrun times, where someone made this little thing where you could watch the APM values of that thing and all that stuff, because it also had like more detailed information about the PvE timers. If you have like 26 seconds and like 26.4, 26.5 seconds, that is something that you cannot see in the usual replay. So yeah. And it was very impressive to see some of these raw APM numbers from some of these players. It's been very high. I've been impressed to see the amount of micro that some people are capable of playing. So I've been really wondering if maybe some other old experienced PvP players are about to come back into the PvP scene, because that would pretty much boost up everything even further, because we have a lot of strong players right now, and some of these older players that also have more variety in terms of the decks that they use, because there were like some specific nature mains like Deca or something, or I don't know, for instance Dragon Dave, who was a very strong Frosty 1 player, and as you can see, like the majority of the top 20 is like Shadow or Fire Tier 1. I mean, sure, Top Secret and Navarre started playing some nature again, but their main decks are definitely Shadow Frost for Navarre, and for Top Secret it's, well, he plays a lot of decks, but he's using a lot of Pure Fire and Pure Shadow in the recent time, but, well, oh, I just got that message. Deca will probably just start after the potential reset. Yeah, that would be really nice, because I really miss some of these older players again. It would be nice to see them back in the Forge. So Elendil is not playing anymore. Interesting. That's sad. It was these two guys, like Deca and Elendil, they were forming such a strong 2v2 team, and it was also fun watching his Elendil's streams back then when he was playing on his Shadow Nature Smurf. So, oh, I'm in a very bad spot right now. I really need to make sure that I'm not getting into Big Nasty. Yeah, okay. That is fine, it could have been way worse. I was not paying attention to the power limit yet, to the power score number here. So right now I'm in a good position, because I have all these Forsakens still in a decent position. I think I will finish this one off and retreat, because I'm not fighting into that Frenzy Forsaken, it's gonna die anyways. It's gonna run out before he can soak up. Yeah, it's perfect for me. I would have used the body block if he had like the idea of okay, that's actually true. Interesting. I'm gonna double frenzy that, because I I really want to get a lot of damage done before anything bad happens here. You really need to make sure that I'm not getting into a big nasty surprise. Yeah, that's good. Right now I can still push through. If I make a Mass Frenzy, you could pretty much destroy this orb again. And just... oh, whoops, I wanted to play an Ox Trooper, that was the wrong hotkey, but it's okay. I'm gonna retreat right here, not bringing these guys here in dangerous places. Yeah, that's good. This one's gonna drop. I'll wait with my Forsaken up until this thing here runs out. The Skeleton Warriors are not going to die anyway, so yeah. That's fine for me. So right now I'm playing my Nature to 2 here. Again on a 2-well base here because, well, that's what I somewhat need to make the cheap units and the crowd control more effective. So right now he's in a Shadow Frost against Shadow Nature close base position. I don't want to pick up Power Wells here because otherwise I pretty much have a pretty bad situation, because this is simply negating my advantage of having crowd control advantage, because he can simply respawn units without the dazed status. So this is very powerful against crowd control, because you can pretty much spawn undazed units just after they ended up being crowd controlled. Okay, that Mountaineer is not optimal against Shadow Nature, I think, because I do have Night Guard and Am-I Phantom, even though he has like the Frostbite here to make sure that I think she's faster when... yeah, she's still faster during the Frostbite when being selected into that mode, so... I really need... okay, that's fine. I mean, you can go for the Night Guard freeze here, but I still have the Am-I Phantom to disable this Mountaineer, so there's not a lot that he can do right now. I really want to body block that here, slowing that down. And yeah. Also, I need to block that wall. I don't want to happen. Don't want anything to happen that is really unnecessary here. Yeah, okay. He's trying to keep distance from my Night Guard, which is good for him. But I can pick up a power well because he has this bound power into his Mountaineer, and I really want to have a surface area that I can attack. And the Monument is not that optimal for me to go for with all my units here. So let's see if I am able to get that Mountaineer. Yeah, there we go. I will have full main base. Oh, he got off that Kovalchik. I don't have the amount of spawn presence here, the needed amount here to block this Night Guard, but that's okay. I still get to inflict a lot of damage onto that power, and I will reclaim that Mountaineer anyways after a short amount of time. Usually I could have tried to nasty that as well, but I don't have the spawn presence, so you need that in order to yeah, to make that nasty work. Because when you nasty during the swap animation, if you do it perfectly, you end up getting the getting to nasty the enemy's Mountaineer, because you pretty much nasty after the swap. So the Mountaineer is dead, the swap cost is gone, and I think it's in range right now. I'm gonna switch up here for 2 Nightcrawlers to attack that. I need the shield, otherwise this Mountaineer is gonna go down pretty soon. Now I have 80 power to heal him again, if anything. happens, that means... Okay, there is another Nightcrawler, we're gonna move away from that. Ah, that one died, I didn't pay attention. That was bad by me. I could have definitely saved that Mountaineer by simply microing and getting the shield back up. So we're bringing in another MI Phantom here. Oh wait, this was a pretty bad route. I was like... I don't know, I somewhat thought that this ended up hitting both Nightcrawlers, but that was not even close. Okay, that Nasty was decent, but since these Dark Elf Assassins are about to run out, I can pick them off, and that is bad for him. So I will bring a lot of Nightcrawlers here to the table, and now we are... No, the motivate didn't go off. Okay. We're not motivating anything here. This one is not frenzied, so it's good to know. Switching the MI Phantom to get more movement speed back again. And yeah, right now we're getting the motivates. Frenzying that one, focusing the power wall. Nah, not going for the heal, but maybe we can do it. Oh no, we don't get to hit all 3 units. Okay, GG. That's game. So if I get Mountaineer, should I switch with the Lost Reaver? So that is also another question where you can have a big argument. Mountaineer is pretty much stronger than Lost Reaver on its own, in my opinion, because he can protect himself by simply using his shield ability. So he's a little bit more slot effective, and the siege damage is pretty high. So that is very nice. But the Lost Reaver, from my opinion, has 2 big advantages. First of all, the Lost Reaver is less susceptible against Night Guard because of the Night Guard bug that I just mentioned. I will try to reproduce it right now to show what I mean exactly. So right now I will start triggering this Night Guard swap from distance, so I have some time to prepare for that, and the Lost Reaver on the other side. So we're switching sides, so Night Guard, the red player, is going for the swap, the green player is playing the Lost Reaver, and now as you can see the Night Guard swapped and the Reaver is dead. So what just happened, the red player spent 140 power to get the Lost Reaver, but the Nasty Surprise was already applied. So this thing is dealing about 1000 damage to this surroundings, and usually the Lost Reaver is in an offensive position, so he can deal 1000 damage to the enemy's power well, which is very nice. The enemy spent 140 power, and you end up getting the Night Guard, as you can see, which is now unbound. So this is a very, very heavy plus, and usually the Mountaineer, you can do this with a Mountaineer as well, but usually the Mountaineer has a bigger distance between himself and the power well or the enemy counter units, as he's a ranged unit. So it's a little bit harder, first of all, to get this Nasty off. Second thing, the Mountaineer is worth 150 power, so for the Lost Reaver you're losing 170 for the combo, for the Mountaineer you lose 200. So this is a big difference, and in addition to that, the Mountaineer Nasty simply does less damage because the Lost Reaver has a bigger HP pool, as the Mountaineer pretty much relies on his shield ability to survive. And so this is, from my opinion, the one point where the Lost Reaver is very, very good, and also he's cheaper, so he can be brought. You can bring him into offense much faster when you have a lead, so he snowballs very well. that is very nice of Lost River, but the Mountaineer, if you have like the controlled Shadow Frost playstyle that is sort of necessary to make this deck work, the Mountaineer can be super powerful, especially in difficult matchups like Pure Fire. And since Lost River got nerfed a little bit, yeah, this is pretty much the thing where I think Mountaineer may be a little bit better, but Lost Reaver has some upsides and a better synergy with like Life Weaving, for instance. So if you're playing a Lost Gregory tier 3, you can opt for Lost Reaver in tier 2 because both cards are synergizing well with the Life Weaving. So this spell is also getting good value for your games. So there's still at least around 20 people in the PvP lobby, so maybe some of them are looking for PvP. Would be interesting. To play 1 or 2 matches again. Let me check. So I'm at 157,000. So I think one game and I will be back to the full activity value, or at least close to it. There's like 5,400 missing. Okay. Oh, it's Sunwoo on rank 38. He's at a gold rank. That's nice. We used to play a lot of sparrings during the beta phase. I think there's like no player who played as many matches against me as him. I'm pretty thankful for that because usually there were not a lot of people who were up for PvP matches. So this was a really pleasant experience to have someone who was like he played like at least like 300 or 400 games with me during the entire time, if not more. And we're playing against Draken again. Well, I'm sorry I'm not getting any match with anyone else, but that may happen if there are not too many people that are searching for a ranked PvP. Okay, Forsaken start. Gonna spawn again. Oh, this time I will keep my distance, because that was very dangerous on the Elion map. That positioning of my Forsaken was very bad. I pretty much ran into a potential nasty surprise, which was, yeah, not optimal. So right now he's at, yeah, this is what I meant. I sent two units into the front right now to make sure that this nasty was not worth it. Right now I can still fight because he invested 110 power, even though if these units that are damaged die, this was still not effective. Oh, that was bad. Oops. Yeah, I just motivated a full HP Forsaken squad. Okay. I really need to focus the dazed spots here, which is very important. Yeah, that was terrible by me. I was in a decent spot. Like his nasty was not optimal, but I motivated a full HP Forsaken squad, which is very bad. Okay, but I think I recovered right now. I will retreat and wait for this Forsaken to run out, because otherwise I'm losing the encounter here. I recovered by getting off some of his dazed units, while my dazed units were able to survive. So once this squad dies, which is about now, I will try to turn on one of his dazed units here. That's good. And it's 60 power, so I'm trying to flank and get a nasty from the backline, which would be very good for me, especially since his dazed unit is in his backline right now. He's trying to split that, but I think it's still gonna be worth it, because we're getting to finish off that squad, which means 3 dead Forsaken for 110 power, which is okay. He has a lot of power though right now, and I need to respect that. So there's a face tower. I'm not pushing against face tower. I could try to sacrifice my entire army, but if he nasties and the face tower finishes everything off, I will simply lose my ground here. So I'm picking up this power wall, because this face tower will take ages to reach it, as it's built in a very defensive position, and that is very good for me. I think he needs 2 ports to be on point. Maybe. Maybe it's too risky. I'm gonna pick up another wall. If he responds again, I'll pick up another wall, and then he has to respond at a different position or attack me, so he pretty much has 2 choices. And yeah. He's already positioning a little bit more aggressive, so he can bring his Forsaken into a more dangerous spot for me, so I cannot just pick up the power wall for free. But yeah, the face tower needs a lot of time to move, and since it's just one face tower, I can definitely deflect this with something like Skeleton Warriors, who are very strong against single face towers. I'm definitely fine over here, so he's trying to bring this power up, and I think I can attack this over the cliff here. So let's see how he responds. I'll pick up the Skeleton Warriors now. They will be very valuable for me right now. So he's Mass Frenzy. I'm gonna nasty. It's a 100. Oh wait, they cannot attack over that cliff. That is pretty bad. Okay, that was very bad. I didn't know that. I was pretty sure that you can do that. Did I misclick or something? That is new for me. You can definitely attack this over the cliff here. Is it not possible for that power wall? Let me check. It is possible, I just messed up. Okay, good to know. I will use the Skeleton Warriors here to zone him off, and yeah, pretty much frenzy that squad over here. Yeah, right now they are in position. I'm getting more Skeleton Warriors on the board, and I think a Dread Charger because it's simply faster. Getting the knockback onto this Forsaken, pretty essential here to make this defense work. Well, I will repair this power wall. I will go for the safe route here. So he's bringing his Shadow Frost here too. And this was very annoying for me to have this weird position where my archers just walked into this base here rather than just going for an attack. That was very weird. Like, look at that. They are not attacking. That's pretty much garbage. And now this wall is probably not even dropping. It's bad for me. It's really bad for me. Yeah, now he has a lost Reaver. I'm in a very bad position. I may lose a power wall by that. Yeah, probably. If he does a good nasty surprise, I will lose a power wall. That's so bad. My op will still take a while up until it's up. Yeah, that's the nasty surprise. I was afraid of. So there's a life weaving here. Interesting. I definitely need to use the chains to see here in order to keep that lost Reaver away from my power wall, which is very bad for me because I'm in a very ugly position right now. He's playing the next lost Reaver, okay. I really need to get the repair off here. If that's not happening, oh, I'm in a very bad spot now. Oh, that is really bad. The nest is probably gonna... Oh, it's not gonna finish off the power wall, that's good for me. That's very important, even though it inflicted a lot of damage. That was super important. Yeah. There's a lost Reaver spam coming here. That's really bad. That was important. Oh, they're not in range for the lost Reaver. That's not optimal, but okay. Oh, he's in range. Oh, that's bad. Oh, he's not. Okay, that's good. Yeah, it's probably not... Yeah, it's not gonna happen. Oh, I lost 2 powers. That's super bad. I'm in a very bad spot right now. I really need to recover from that. But let's see if we can do it. I still think we have a chance to win this game. I need to block any possible tier 3 right now though. That's very important for me. Yeah, I repaired that power wall, that's good. That's good for me in the first place. Right now we need to really apply a lot of pressure. I'm gonna use the yeah, that's important. That's very important. I think I'm gonna kill that power. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, this one's dead. That's nice. That's very important. Now we're back on 3 powers on each side, I think. Yeah, one nasty that one. Okay, I really need to finish it off. Ugh, he really got that shield off. Interesting. So his focus fire is a little off. Sorry for not commentating too much, I'm really focusing on this game. As it's very close. Yeah, right now I will pick up a Night Guard again to make sure that he's not doing anything with his Lost Reaver. Yeah, that Aura of Corruption was pretty much what I expected him to do. I will try to attack from the side. Is he trying for tier 3? Yeah, he is. Yes. Yeah, okay. The thing is, I think I can kill this orb again. Because, yeah. Do I have a Nightcrawler left? I really need the motivate, even though it may... Yeah, this is super important, because if he's getting the shield building done, I would lose. So that is very important. That orb kill is very important for me. Now I can pick up tier 3 for myself. Yeah, Aura of Corruption is good, because everything he does to pretty much delay his own tier 3 will be beneficial for me. Now he's picking up tier 3 again by himself, but I hope I can snowball from that position here. Because of the Cultist Masters. So bringing another Ashbound to this orb here. Yeah, he didn't bring a Cultist Master CC onto the second Cultist Master here. Gonna bring up another Ashbound to that orb. We need to apply a lot of pressure. Okay, Glacier Shield is gone, but he will have access to Timeless One and shield building and stuff, so I need to position a little more aggressive with my MI Phantom in order to prevent any Timeless One freeze, I guess. Okay, it's just gonna be played here. Oh, that... I didn't see the animation here, so I thought this Timeless One was not ready to use his ability, but yeah, I could have oinked earlier. So yeah, that was a close one, a very close one. But this is also a good example why Shadow Nature is very, very powerful against Shadow Frost, because the crowd controller really allows me to play a very, very strong gameplay around the Night Crawlers in the offense, and the Dark Elf Assassins are still quite strong, even though that was like the position that Shadow Frost really wants. You had a close base, so we can pretty much spawn from the backline. The Lost Reaver shield technique is very strong against Night Guard, so my reliable L counter is not given anymore, because he can simply either nasty if I'm playing the Night Guard, or if I simply don't go for it, he can use the Lost Wanderer to support the attacks. So let me check. Wait, did I lose Elo? I think I was like higher than that. So it's still saying I bet 157. What? Did I lose activity again? I thought that was enough to get. Oh yeah, I realized I just wanted to change my decks. That is something I completely forgot. What can we play? Pure Shadow, maybe something with Fire T1. Oh, I just deleted my Fire Frost deck, that's bad because I wanted to rebuild it. We can play Pure Fire maybe. There's an option. I could go for Pure Fire. Let's remove the Vulcan for now and go for the global warming, because I think wait, where's my global warming? There it is. I think it is very strong in the Pure Frost matchup, and maybe if I get against Fire Frost, this tier 2 is also quite ugly to play against, so the shields are very strong, and for that certain situation this global warming is quite useful. And as you've seen, there are some Shadow Frost players that are using the Lost Wanderer as well, so I think like Top Secret is using that type of strategy as well. So maybe it may be useful in this matchup. So Draken is gonna be offline for now, and I think I will try to find one last match with this Pure Fire deck, or maybe two. Let's see. Depends on how many opponents I get and how long I do have to wait. So Shovaran is in game in the ranked duel. Maybe he's playing 1v1s. Oh, whoops, he's already offline. So yeah, pretty glad that he was playing some ranked PvP right now. That was important, because otherwise, I don't know. It didn't seem like there were a lot of people searching. I mean, Falcon was playing a lot during the start of my stream, so another top 20 player at least going for some PvP. And I think he's playing. He started playing more solid over time with his Fire T1. I think he was also winning Togi's rookie tournament, right? And right now he's even top 20, so he wouldn't be allowed to participate in another rookie tournament. Because the top 20 was locked out of that tourney. Joseph. That Tetris guy, yeah, I know him. Stream Guns of Fire. I'm gonna upload that Guns of Fire run onto my channel quite soon. I may need two or three tries for that, because it may be hard to catch everything relevant from 4th players, so that run is super nice. So I also want to have like at least some decent commentary. I'm probably not gonna catch up the entire strategy with my replay cast, because I simply think there is a lot of time invested into, first of all, getting like these niche things of that strategy. So yeah, this Guns of Liar run this Guns of Liar run is super good, and I am pretty excited to cast that one for my channel. So right now we're at 131, which is the top 10 range. So in the next 5 minutes we will get a lot of additional eligible PvP players for the match here. So yeah, it says again that I need to play another match. My base elo got higher, but I lost activity again. So it's probably just pointless for me, because I need to play 30 games in order to maintain my activity. Otherwise I will drop again tomorrow. That is unfortunate. But well, maybe that is a sign for me that I need to stream again during the upcoming days. Maybe I can just look for a certain time where a lot of people are searching from the PvP pages. You can pretty much assume how many people are. Okay. Okay. So I think I can upload this stream after I'm done here to the YouTube channel as well. So if anyone wants to rewatch that will be possible. As I think some people tend to prefer the sort of live gameplay over the replay casts in general. Okay. So he wants a mixed deck with Frost or Nature. Okay. No Nature tier 1. So Frost. If he has like Frost Nature and he's not playing Nature tier 1, that means he wants Frost tier 1. So that means that like you can play pure Frost, Frost Fire, or Frost Shadow, and I think well, Only pure frost is viable here, right here. I think if you go for Shadow Tier 1, Shadow Frost is pretty easy to learn. Well, it seems like I'm not getting any opponents. Maybe I'm gonna end the stream right here. I think that's enough, because I think I played enough games. So seems like I'm not finding any opponents right now. I don't want to wait like 20 minutes per game. So maybe I'll try to play some Pure Fire another time. So yeah, I think it was nice to have like some games, especially a lot of games against Draken this time. But maybe someone else is going to play in the next stream. And yeah, thanks for watching, and see you soon.